A great evening to all. Welcome to another episode of Up Close and Personal, the show that gives us opportunity to meet the members of the Philippine Advocates of Consultants and Trainers, who are experts from various special fields. And co-hosting with me tonight, I'm so honored to have no other than the current president of PACT himself, Mr. Malvin Dinlasan. Hey! And also supporting us behind the scene is the founder of PAC, otherwise known as Mr. Enter Trainer, Mentor Myron Santa Ana. And supporting us also behind the scene is the Communication and Publicity Chairperson, Kuya Jet Ramos. Kumusta na, Pres Malvin?
Okay naman. Thank you. It's been a long time. Kumusta ka na, Meline?
Eto, I would say ma-beauty pa rin.
Of course, hindi mo mawala yan. Always ma-beauty. Yan. So excited ako tonight. Grabe.
Ako rin excited kasi medyo kinakabahan ako kasi ikaw ang co-host ko at syempre isa sa mga ina-idolize ko sa PAC, 'di ba? I'm a fan of hers. So talagang super excited ako to have her on the show. And pero just a quick review, last week we had Coach Norman Adriano as our guest and napaka makabuluhan nung kanyang sharing, no? Nung what's this brown bag natin last Saturday.
Yes, last Saturday.
Was how to prepare for the next pandemic level disruptor kasi if we had the pandemic it doesn't mean na hindi siya possibly mangyari pero the next time around dapat prepared na tayo, tama ba? Hindi tayo pwedeng caught off guard.
Alam mo, maraming naturo sa atin yung pandemic, ano? So katulad nga nito, meron palang pwedeng paraan para maiwasan natin na hindi tayo maapektuhan kung ano man ang mangyari sa environment. So it's really good to have Coach Norman last week. So kaya maganda yung mga susunod pa nating mga programs for PAC, lalo na sa brown bag sessions. And maraming good news tayong malalaman dahil sa mga susunod na programs natin sa PAC. Yan. So halos nagsisimula pa lang tayo. And as always, we are always proud of each member of the Philippine Advocates of Consultants and Trainers. Sobrang nakakatuwa na tayo mismo natututo sa isa't isa. And at the same time, we would like also to, kung sino man yung nakakapanood nito, we would like you to check out ano yung mga page namin, lalo na kung ikaw ay isang coach, trainer, or a speaker, or consultant. So, or you might wanna join.
Lang, diba?
Yeah. Pwedeng sa company, pwedeng sa eskwelahan.
Yes.
Welcome na welcome. Yeah, welcome dito.
And ang maganda pa dito kasi we also have opportunities, no? Aside from the learnings, we also give opportunities para talagang mas lumawak pa ang ating pwedeng ma-achieve, no? Sa ating buhay. So just like what you mentioned, Pres Malvin, di ba? Tonight is equally exciting and I'm pretty sure it is really something that we should look forward to, lalo na sa ating talagang I'm lost for words kapag siya pinag-uusapan. Talagang fan niya talaga kasi ako. Yan. So, ang sarap nga maging member ng PAC and wag na nating patagalin, di ba? Do the honors of introducing our guest.
Before introducing our guest for tonight, nakakatuwa lang kasi nung last time na nagkaroon ng session sa PAC, so it's still a virtual session, no, na hinold ng ating presidente, which is ako. So nakakatuwa yung discussion namin nitong ating guest, no. So that's why I'm really inspired and I really look forward to this kind of discussion with her. Of course, number one, kasi we are in up close and personal. So medyo tatanungin natin siya ano ba yung mga ginagawa niya ngayon, di ba? What she is up to. And yeah, so alam natin, marami tayong matututunan kahit sa maikling oras na meron tayo sa kanya. So, let me just introduce to you who is our guest for today. So, she is a senior business leader with exposure in the selected Asian markets. And she's the Chief Organization Capability Officer of iLeap Management and Consultancy Services Incorporated. She has been in the field of human resources development for more than 2 decades and has extensive experience in HR-related fields. So She is none other than, let us all welcome Miss Vivian Cruz. Good evening po, Miss Vivian. Talaga tayo.
Okay, good evening, Marvin. Good evening, Melin. Good evening, everyone. Mga ka-PACTner. Good evening. And
Good
thank you
evening po.
for inviting me. Yan.
Kumusta na, Coach Vivian? It's been a while since we saw each other.
Yes, oo. Parang ano pa noon, prior to pandemic pa, di ba?
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
opo.
Pandemic. Ayan. Kanina ko pa nga sinasabi na na fan mo ko kasi ewan ko lang pagka ikaw yung speaker na ano talaga ako oddstruck ako lalo na nung binabasa ko yung profile mo. Wow, Chief Organization Capability Officer, 'di ba?
Thank you.
By of ILIP management. So medyo nakaka-intimidate kaya kinakabahan talaga ako. Pero ito po masasabi ko sa inyo with all her achievements and yung level that she is in right now. Pagka na-meet niyo po kasi siya, napaka-simple lang po niya, napaka-generous niya in sharing her knowledge. That's why I'm so excited also to have you, Coach Vivian.
Thank you. And by the way, thank you very much for hosting the show. No, it's a little bit late at night, but the two of you are here, so thank you. And by the way, ako yata yung kinabahan kasi ang sinundan ko pala si Norman
Yeah. Yun nga at nabanggit rin niya na ikaw pala ang kanyang sponsor. Ikaw ang dahilan kung bakit siya ay nasa PAC. And we are honored to have him also as a member of PACTner. So, Coach Malvin, do you want to throw in the first question? Let's get the
Miss Vivian, of course, I'd like to thank you for being here and for granting our request. So, we would like to know you more naman. So, ano po ba yung a little bit of your background at the same time? Currently, ano po yung pinagkakaabalahan po ninyo more than the hobbies? Ano yung mga ginagawa nyo during free time? Sige po.
Okay, so siguro to give you a brief overview of myself, So I'm a probinsyana. I was born, raised, and I studied in Quezon Province, So if my husband didn't move to Bulacan for work, probably will still be in Quezon Province. So kaya kumusta sa mga kapatid ko sa Quezon, Yan. So growing up, it's very simple, di ba? Iba yung generation namin. Kami yung generation na nagpapatintero. Malvin, di ko alam kung inabot ko pa yun
Ay, opo, nagpapatintero ako.
Kami yung generation na yan, Kami yung mga nag-Chinese garter, nagpapatintero. But probably not everyone know, that I'm a Filipino Chinese actually. So
okay, yeah. All right.
So my mom is half Filipina, half Chinese, and my father is a pure Chinese. So growing up, I kind of grew up in both culture, the Filipino and the Chinese culture. So I also studied in a Chinese school. So medyo hindi na evident with the way I speak kasi medyo matagal na, So that's how I grew up, So not everyone knew as well, that I'm a political science and an accountancy graduate.
Wow.
Kasi pag tinatanong nila paano ako napunta sa HR, Ayan.
Parang pareho kong pangarap yun, Nilin.
Talaga.
Pareho kong pangarap yun.
So, I'm a political science and an accountancy graduate. But I'm an HR by accident. I'm an HR by accident. So, after graduation, I taught in a university in Quezon Province. And then during that time, I think you're familiar, ang dami nating issue noon sa mga brownout. Nandaan nyo pa ba yun?
1990s, yes.
Ang dami tayong issue about brownout. So it so happened din yung nauso yung mga build, operate, and transfer scheme sa power plant. So that's my first. So doon ako after teaching, doon ako napunta. Then that's how I started in the HR practice. That's why I'm an HR by accident. So I started because I'm an accountancy graduate. So I started processing payroll, benefits, and then the rest is history, in terms of my career in and trivia lang, parang it went on a cycle or in a loop, because way back in 2010. I was again exposed to a power generation company. So what I'm doing right now, so I'm doing consulting work. So I'm currently associated with a company, hindi ko lang mabanggit yung name kasi hindi ako nakapagpaalam eh. Ano? So
Okay, sige.
I'm providing support to them in the field of HR, no? And at the same time, I also do consulting for certain groups. I'm also part
Mhm.
of a coaching pool, no? For I'm part
Mhm.
of a group who's regularly conducting coaching sessions to one of the
Mhm.
leading financial institution in the Philippines.
Wow,
So I
wow.
also do executive coaching to a general manager of a manufacturing company. And of course,
Mm-mm.
I still do learning programs. I do run learning programs pa rin, no? So, but regularly, you can see my face in CPHR. It's a licensing
Mhm.
program for
Yes,
human
yes.
resources professionals. So I roll out the program. And of course, there's a partnership as well with uh, International Human Resource Institute. No? So I'm also
Mhm.
facilitating certification program for compensation and benefits. So yan, dyan nyo akong makikita
Wow.
regularly. So every month.
Grabe,
No?
super busy, super busy. Pero na-curious na ako, medyo aatras lang tayo. Kasi
Sure.
parang ang dami mong activities.
Yes.
Meron pa bang pastime ang isang Vivian Cruz? Di
Yeah,
ba?
meron naman. Meron. If you're familiar with my Facebook, so I have dogs. So I have two pets.
Yes, opo, opo.
So yan yung mga stress reliever and kaligayahan ko sa
Yes,
buhay.
oo nga.
So I love to travel. The family loves to travel. And
Mhm.
so we find time to go out once in a while, no, just to get some fresh breath of air, no. So yeah,
Mhm.
you still inject it, no, you still inject it. But of course, when you do learning programs, when you like what you're doing, parang you're not tired of it, eh, di ba? I think
Yes,
makaka-relate
Yes.
yes,
ka,
yes.
di ba?
Yeah.
It's kind of like
For
a
as long as you
passion.
love it.
Yes,
Yes.
Ako naman, Coach Milin, may question ako kasi it's also related to what you asked, no, but on a different perspective. So Miss Vivian, while wearing a lot of hats every day, including tending the dogs, what is the very thing that you don't know? Di ba? Parang, ano ba
Oh,
hindi mo
yeah.
kayang gawin? Di ba? Parang meron
Oo
ka bang
nga.
bagay na hindi mo kayang gawin? Sige nga po,
meron
can you Okay,
madami
can you spell it out?
Oh my God.
dami akong hindi kayang gawin. First, no, I don't know. Okay, wait. Siguro alam kong gawin before, but
Yes,
probably through
opo.
the years you lost touch, no? So, growing up, baka di kayo maniwala I'm sports-minded nung bata pa ako.
Oh, di ba?
Talaga, talaga.
Grabe,
Ano,
oh.
maniwala
Which
bigla, di ba?
sport?
Yan. So, I'm
Oo.
sports-minded growing up, but um, because probably of work, etc., no? So, hindi na ako
Mm.
sporty. But
Okay.
I still love to get out of my comfort zone from time to time just to test whether I still have the knack on it, no? Okay. So,
Mm.
during the pandemic, sabi ni Coach Malvi, madami tayong natutunan about ourselves.
Yes.
Right. Oo.
Pero never ako naging plantita, Coach Malvi.
Ako din, pareho tayo. Hindi ako
Lahat ng
nag-give
itanim
in.
ko, lahat ng
Oh,
itanim
yun ang
ko,
love ko. Yun ang
nawawa,
stress reliever ko.
hindi ako green thumb for whatever reason. Kahit sundin ko yung step-by-step approach, no? Kung paano gagawin, kung paano mo didiligan. Bas hindi ako so I love plants. I love to see them. Gusto ko sana
Yes.
mag-alaga, but it's something na hindi ako hindi ako inclined no. So that's something that I don't know. Madami pa rin ako hindi alam. In fact, during the pandemic, 'di ba? Alam ko noon sa PAC nagkaroon din tayo ng mga sessions, 'di ba? To boost our peers no in PAC. So I was invited by Coach Myron to speak. He even taught me how to use StreamYard kasi hindi ako marunong. So
Opo.
I always believe meron pa rin tayong hindi alam at malalaman pa rin as we continue to explore the journey of life.
May question po tayo kanina Sige, Miss Milin.
Go ahead. Sabihin ko lang.
Question. Sige. Go.
Si Coach Vivian, Diyosa lang, hindi perfect. Kasi marami pa rin siyang hindi alam na madidiscover pa lang.
Yes. Life is a continuous journey. You continuously explore, you continuously discover
Mm,
more things about yourself. Tama si Coach Malvin. The pandemic taught us a lot, no?
mm,
It actually helped us discover more about ourselves. The things that
mm,
we have not done in the past, no? Nakita
mm.
natin,
Correct.
kaya ko
Yeah.
palang gawin, no? And then,
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
we felt like, di ba, we're rejuvenated na parang nakakalabas na tayo, na we can do and we can now practice yung mga bagong learnings natin. Yeah.
Mhm.
I understand, Coach Malvin, may
Correct.
question na tayo.
Yeah, may
Yeah, may
question tayo
question
from
nga. I think
sige, sige. Ayan, inulit na ba? Ayan, ayan, ayan. So, sabi ni Coach Jet, I
go
want to
ahead.
know how executive coaching can be tailor-made for people from the academe like him. So,
Mhm.
pwede po ba? Paano po ba 'yon?
Yeah, actually executive coaching naman is for everyone, no? And in
Mhm,
fact
mhm.
right now nga even in the past kasi it's executive coaching because
Mhm.
it's rolled out to C-suite level, no? Or to those
Mhm.
individuals who are being eyed to assume C-suite roles. So you help them accelerate into the role, no? But even right now, organizations apply coaching into their day-to-day conversations, no? So in the academy, it will still be the same when you talk about
Mhm.
coaching. So you help an experienced teacher, professor,
Mhm.
or even the
Yes.
Yeah.
staff in the academy, you help them to strengthen their inner being because that's actually
Mhm.
what coaching is all about, strengthening your inner being. And the
Wow.
good thing about coaching is that okay, it helps you draw no from your previous experiences. No, what are the things that you can still do? Because when you talk about coaching, you already know it because you already have done it in the past, which is why coaching is
Correct.
for experienced people. So, di
Mhm.
ba? Hindi pwede yung mga entry levels in coaching. Theirs is mentoring because they don't
Yeah.
have yet the experience. But
Yeah.
coaching, when you
Kailangan
look
pa
at
ng guidance.
yes, you do it for experienced individuals, experienced talents.
Mhm.
No? And
Yeah.
as a coach, what we do is we help them clear. Yun lagi kong sinasabi.
Yes,
We
yes,
help
oo.
them, di ba, clear their mind so that they can
Empty
focus,
the cup.
so that yes, they can always go back, sabi nga ng mga millennials, uhugot, di ba, dun sa mga pinagdaanan nila, and that they have already experienced it. And from there, we'll be doing some tweak or probably just do what they have done in the past. So it's kind of like when you're experienced already, there's so many experiences that's into your mind that sometimes it's blocking already. So the
Mhm.
role of the coach
Yeah.
is to help you clear it and focus, di
Yeah.
ba? And come up with the best action to take. Yan. And
Yan,
yeah,
first.
Malvin and I are discussing about coaching. So magpla-plug na ako, Malvin. So watch out for
Okay.
watch out for PAC. Nag-aayos lang po kami ni Malvin ng schedule ko because
Yes.
we will be talking in one of the sessions of PACno, what we call strength-based coaching. It's actually
Yeah.
Yes.
coaching. It's just that it focus on
Yeah.
the strength of the
Yeah.
person, so that
Correct.
he he feel more empowered, no, and more
Yeah,
assured
yeah.
of options to take.
Correct.
Actually, so
Oo.
nabanggit na rin po ni Miss Vivian, no? So, supposedly we will be having a brown bag session by Saturday, but we would like it to be open to public. Yan. So, ito yung ano natin. So, sa lahat
Okay.
po ng nanonood nito, so the session of Miss Vivian, since we recognize this is really a good discussion, and we won't like it to be parang sa amin lang, parang sa pack lang. So, thank you, Miss Vivian. You are okay to really invite people from non members of PAC for public
For
also,
sure.
and
For sure.
we will schedule it on a different schedule na po. So let's just prepare na lang yan, and we will expect yung posters soon, and this will be
Yeah.
strength based coaching yan. So paano ba yun? Ano ba yung meron doon? So sobrang nakaka ang tawag doon, interest, taas ang interest ko diyan eh. So and thank you Miss Vivian kasi she will be sharing that. So hindi lang mismo sa members ng PAC, hindi lang sa dito sa ating sa ating organisasyon. We will open it to anyone. So right now if you're listening to us, listening, 'di ba? Mga nasa radyo, 'di ba? Listening or watching this program Up Close and Personal by Philippine Advocates for Consultants and Trainers. Ngayon, ang inyong opportunity to learn from Miss Vivian. Naku, napakahirap pong makipag-schedule dyan kasi sobrang busy po niya. So, sobrang nakakatuwa po kasi she's so generous enough to open it to public. So tandaan po, abangan po ninyo sa page yan. Yan! In-announce ko na, Miss
Let's
Vivian.
take
Thank you so much.
advantage of
Yes, yes,
that.
and
Let's take advantage of that.
yeah, and actually, what is strength-based coaching? Sabi nga
Mhm.
natin, coaching is strengthening your inner being, di ba? So it
Yes,
started
yes.
in the sport of tennis because your greatest enemy is actually yourself.
Mhm.
But,
Yes.
yeah.
Help you conquer yung fears,
Yes,
etc.
yes.
Yeah. Ikaw lang nagsiset ng limits talaga.
Yes. So
Right.
when I did my certification program in coaching, I was exposed to a technique known as strength-based coaching. So I would like to share it because it's not really a total deviation of the coaching technique that we're used to already, but it just has some flavor, as we call it. No, it just has some um, flavor that we will be adding as we go through the coaching
Yeah,
session.
yeah.
Okay, so
Correct.
that you are focusing more about unleashing the strength of your coaching counterpart or your coachee. And no problem with that because I think all of you naman know that part of our advocacy, di ba, in PAC is to share what we know, to share
Yes,
it,
yes.
to share what we have learned through the years, no, and to because it's an advocacy for us, so no
Yeah,
problem
yeah.
with that. No.
Correct, yeah. So kung feeling natin super expert na tayo in training,
Ayan, medyo nag-lag si Miss Coach
Si Millie.
Millie.
sorry.
So,
Ayun.
ayan, okay, sige, continue.
I'm back. So, sabi ko nga, before I was interrupted by my internet connection, may mapipiga pa po tayo at yun po ay matutuklasan natin when we attend that session. And I'm really looking forward to that. Mabuti na lang, open na natin to the public so whoever is interested. Pero may tanong po ako, di ba? So, nalaman natin yung background ni Coach Vivian, yung kanyang mga pastime at saka ito yung mga iba pa niyang advocacies. Pero meron pa ba tayong hinahanap, Coach Vivian? Meron pa ba tayong mga aspirations or things that we'd like to achieve probably in the next 2 to 5 years, ganyan, or even long term?
In the corporate world, no, Coach Melin and Coach Malvin, I don't want people to feel na mayabang kasi hindi naman mataas ang ambisyon ko no. So kaya baka right. So but in terms of the corporate world or the corporate life, I think I would say I already have achieved what I would like to achieve based on my standard kasi iba naman tayo ng standard.
Yes po.
Hindi naman mataas yung aking standard no. Hindi naman ganun kataas. So I think being able to manage the human resources business unit in the Asian context, I would always consider it as the peak of my career already, no. And so my career aspiration right now is really more about paying forward. Okay, so the HR profession has been very good to me. It has been rewarding, no, financially and emotionally. And I think I would like to give back, no, to the HR practice. So, and I'm doing that right now, which is why I'm squeezing into my schedule the certification program, no. Then a shout out to sa mga taga HR Calabarzon. So I do have like a one Saturday a month session with the HR Calabarzon group.
Certainly.
No? Yeah, so then so I do learning sessions. So I do roll out learning programs for leaders, for upcoming leaders, for HR professional, because I think that's where I can add value to the organization, no, in molding skills, no, and not just skills, but align it with the values of the organization. So my career aspiration is to be able to influence more people, okay, to be able to probably say like share pa whatever my knowledge, experience that I have had, no? So, hindi lang yung success mo, pati failures, kinekwento ko because I
yes, agree.
learn from my mistakes so that they will not do it, di ba? So, and I think through that, no, we would be able to advance, no, the HR practice. Filipinos, I always consider the Filipino HR professionals are, I would consider our skill set advanced, no? Okay, so we can compete with the first world country in terms of our knowledge and capability in HR. And so and we can only continue, di ba, to evolve in the profession if we
Yes.
start from the young HR professionals. So
Correct.
the more that we guide them, no, okay, and so the more that we would be able to advance the HR practice. So yun yung siguro career aspiration ko on the side, no? Yan. And of course, I'm starting to do it now, no, finding time to be able to manage, no, okay, para sabay nagagawa natin kasi syempre tayo naman eh kailangan din kumita, 'di ba? So kaya
Yes,
sasabay
yes, yes.
natin siya.
Balance talaga dapat.
Talaga.
A superwoman.
Yeah, oo nga eh. And that's one thing that I admire about Miss Vivian, no. So hindi siya madamot sa knowledge and understanding and the, 'di ba, the what she have learned and experience that she has. But I have a floating question, no. So I'll just relate it to the first discussion natin kanina. So what is the difference po ba? I'd just like to know, no. So how yung about the best practices. So what's the difference between coaching a team or coaching a person pre-pandemic and then now post-pandemic, kung malapit na tayo sa post-pandemic, ano yung mga differences po? Ano yung changes and what are the strategies that you use in order to be more effective in coaching people, especially leaders?
Prior to pandemic, of course, it's face-to-face, no? So
Yes
you can
po.
easily gauge the non-verbal cues, no? And you are able to really kumbaga come up with your conversations, no? Kasi you are doing it. Iba pa rin kasi talaga ang face-to-face. Let's admit it when you talk about coaching. But of course, the limitations is augmented now by the technology that you can see each other still online, which is why I always encourage the coaching counterpart, the coaches, to open their camera. And it has been a habit of mine to open the camera in every meeting. Okay, so that I'm used to it, no, so that you can build connection with your coach. At the same time, you augment it with the follow up. So you also use technology to make sure, no, that you can catch up, you continuously communicate and reach out to your coaching counterpart. So I cannot see the big difference because probably, no, I came from my corporate life that I'm used to the work from home setup as well because it's part of our integration program. Okay, which is why hindi ako masyadong nahirapan mag-work from home. But definitely, but definitely, the limitation is in terms of the engagement. Because when you do coaching online, it's similar to how you run a learning program online. It's very different when you roll it out face-to-face. Diba? It's a little fast-paced. Hindi tayo pwede mabagal magsalita, diba? So we must be more witty when we coach, no? So it requires focus and attention because what you're only seeing is this this screen.
Yes, the frames lang.
So yun lang yung nakikita mo sa coaching mo. So you really have to make sure that you continuously engage them in the conversation. And then of course, the catch-up sessions, no, you really have to have interventions in between. So yung mga ninyo in terms of the chat group, diba? You're opening your line to your coaching. Those are some good intervention that you can inject para lang hindi ma-lost touch yung engagement, no?
Yes, oo nga. So continuous
grabe adjustments na yun.
Oo. Pero Coach Vivian, na-mention mo kanina kasi mga HR practitioners, 'di ba? Pero like ako kasi I'm not in HR. But in my past life, when I was still in IT, I used to manage a team. And do you think it's something that would be beneficial for me also? Kasi nagmamanage ako ng team or mga kahit na yung business lang na nagmamanage ka ng tao, pwede rin ba yun?
Yes. As I mentioned to you kanina, yung coaching ngayon ini-inject na sa performance conversation ng mga employees. So which is why anyone can be a coach. Okay, so there are only 2 skills that you need to possess to be a coach. Diba? Asking questions, asking the right questions so that you can help coachee draw out options, no? And the other one is the ability to listen to what the coach is saying. So you don't need to be a subject matter expert to be a coach, or you don't need to be say sabi nga ni Mirin, kailan ba HR ka? Hindi naman. Actually, madaming coaches na iba-iba yung discipline, no? And in fact, even though my HR practice is in, my practice is in HR, no? I was privileged to coach technical guys. Because when you do coach, no, you are coaching people who are already experienced. So they know already what they're saying, what they're doing. You are just them out. You are just helping them funnel it, no? Kaya yes, anyone can be a coach. And in fact, if you're a leader or if you're an individual contributor but you have passion in terms of growing people, no? 'Di ba? Ito yung gusto mo talaga, growing people, helping people grow and develop themselves, no? Or if you are a leader, it would be good to understand coaching, no? Because you can use it in terms of unleashing the potential of your people. So kaya even me, no, in uh, my learning sessions that involves leading, I always inject coaching as form of as part of the day-to-day conversation to be managed by a leader. No, yeah.
Yan.
Wow. Grabe
Yeah.
yung coaching na.
And the reason why I asked that question is because I'd like to invite rin everyone who's watching us tonight na hindi po limited ito sa mga HR practitioners. So in fact,
Yes.
the moment that you are interfacing with people, I think this is a very good learning opportunity for you. So abangan nyo po ang schedule. Pag naayos na ni Press Malvin at saka ni Coach Vivian ang kanyang schedule at i-open po namin to sa lahat po ng interesado. Pero may phone-in question tayo kanina. Nasaan na ba yun?
Talaga. Phone-in talaga.
Pinag-isipan ko pa kung paano ko siya iterm eh. Again, from Jet. Ayan, sabi niya, what are the common mistakes committed by executive coaches, especially coaches of your?
Ano yung
Hindi ako familiar doon.
Doon na lang sa
doon na lang tayo sa executive coaching.
Mistakes committed by coaches.
Yes.
Unlike mentoring kasi, that in mentoring, you really are building a relationship, no? It's based on learn and value, no? So, coaching is it's a professional relationship. You cannot be friends with someone you coach because you may be affected. So that's one the pitfall, okay, that is commonly committed by coaches when they become friends with their coaches.
Too familiar.
Yes, too familiar.
So
kasi yung difference, mentoring is a relationship eh.
Yes.
So mentoring, if for example Malvin is my protege, I can be friends with Malvin because I can, di ba? So that's the kind of relationship. In coaching, you need to always maintain the professional relationship. Why? Because in coaching, the coach, okay, extends tension eh. So you provide a sense of, you create a sense of urgency for your coachee to act on the action points immediately. Eh, di ba, pag friend, you don't want to be in conflict with your friend. You don't want to be, to create tension with your friend. So kaya in coaching, yun yung mga things that you need to watch out for. At yun yung mga nagiging common pitfall. Of course, second is sometimes when you are the subject matter expert in the topic being coached, there is always the tendency for you to tell your coachee what to do. And that's actually a violation of the coaching principle. So you have to be patient, no? You have to be perseverance, and sometimes when you coach, no, ako na-experience ko to eh. May sasabihin sa akin yung coachee ko, feeling ko hindi yun yung better way of doing it, eh, no? But acknowledge it because you need to let him or her discover it by himself. We cannot intervene. We cannot tell them, mali ang gagawin mo. Nagawa ko na yan dati, hindi dapat ganyan. No, yun. That's why in coaching, sometimes you also allow your coachee to commit mistakes. No?
Yes.
Of course, coaching, especially for external coaches, there will be pressure from HR and from leadership team to tell them what you have discussed.
Yeah. And I think, sige po.
Yeah. And the conversation between you and your coachee is between you and your coachee. So unless it's a matter of life and death, but you still have to tell your coachee, you have to respect, no, because of the privacy. Because otherwise, your coachee will not trust you. So, kaya whenever I do coaching sessions, kasi yung mga, of course, I've been HR. I want to know what's happening because there's payment in exchange of coaching. But I always tell them, I will not give you the every detail of the conversation, but I will just give you a glimpse of the progress. Are we doing good? Okay, do we still have, but I will not tell you specifically what has been discussed because there is a confidentiality agreement that exists, between the coach and the coachee. Yan. So, yun yung mga nakikita kong nagiging mistakes minsan nung coaching relationship.
So ano pa rin, kahit pala sa magulang, applicable pa rin yung topic natin.
Oo naman.
Oo.
Diba?
Sabi ko nga, yung mga anak natin, pwede natin i-coach di ba?
Yeah, oo nga. And thank you lang kay Mentor Myron for informing us na yung your pala kanina is coaches of old. It didn't occur to me na medyo old English pala yung in-apply.
It's an old English, So that's our term for today. pero I agree with Miss Vivian kasi when you talk about mentorship or mentoring, it's really a long-term relationship.
Yes.
So probably it's more on the lifestyle. So 1 year is not just mentoring. So at least parang whole year round or 'di ba? Buong buhay mo na 'yan eh. Where in fact, in coaching kasi, sometimes it only lasts for 6 months, di ba? Pag nagawa na yung skills, kapag na-master na yung skills. So, that's why in basketball, di ba, may mga coaches. And sometimes, okay lang na magpalit-palit ng coaches, mag-hire, mag-rehire. Because there are certain ways lang talaga or certain time na talagang magiging effective yung coaching. But of course, kung yes. But of course, kung 3 years ka lang kino-coach, ay ba usapan na yung mentoring na yun? I mean, hindi na nawawala sa iyo yung coach mo, parang ganon. Yeah, so that's nice. So may last question tayo before we invite them to our event for next week. So sabi ni Jet Ramos, for coaches, how to set aside ego brought by one's position. How to set aside ego. Yeah.
Very important yan.
It's very important that the coachee subscribe to coaching. Otherwise, no matter how good you are as a coach, it will fail.
Yeah.
So, which is why what I do is that I always request for an introduction meeting between the coach and the coachee.
Yes,
and the purpose of this is for me to get to know better the coachee and for the coachee to get to know the coach better, because that's where they will have an initial assessment whether although professional yung relationship, is this coach someone that I can trust? Do I believe that she can help me, diba? So it's something that the coachee needs to take note, and at the end of the conversation, I always tell the client the coachee needs to decide kanino niya gusto magpa-coach, because trust needs to be present, okay? And so if I trust you, then there will be no ego during the conversation.
Yes.
Kasi I trust you, diba? So but then again, a coach, an executive, a senior leader who agreed to be coach, meant already that he doesn't work with his ego. He knows that
exactly. Yeah, agree.
That at a C-suite level, he needs people to help him or her declutter so that he can do it. So, kaya yung mga nagpapa-coach, pag nag-subscribe sila, nabukal sa loob nila, yun, wala dong ego eh.
Yeah, and having said that, kasi I really believe coaches are there to really just help us, not saying naman that we are, diba, we are greater or we are more knowledgeable than you, mas magaling kami. Diba? Ganun naman yan eh. Like for example, diba, even sa sports. Sa sports kasi madaling intindihin pag sinabi mong coach, diba? Not necessarily yung coach is super parang MVP before eh. Diba? Maraming mga coaches in the basketball ngayon, hindi sila superstar before, but they know the IQ. And they know how to emotionally attach themselves whenever there is a crucial moment. So ganun din tayo kapag coach. Yan. So ang ganda nung napipicture ko yung kanina sinasabi ni Miss Vivian. Ganun talaga ang coaching. And developing trust as well, 'di ba? Dun sa coach mo. Yan. Thank you for that, Miss Vivian.
Naman, from the end of yung coachee, dapat i-open talaga nila yung mind nila. Kaya nga nabuo yung word ng coachability, di ba? Dapat
Yes.
maging coachable tayo.
Yes.
So, dapat i-absorb natin kasi that person won't be speaking in front of us kung hindi rin naman nila alam ang sinasabi nila, right? So we have to to be open dun sa mga sasabihin and absorb 'yon, 'di ba? And put it to experience kasi yun nga palagi ko sinasabi yun. We only have 24 hours in a day to commit all the mistakes. And this person is sharing her, knowledge and experience na nga. So might as well listen, right? So napaka malaking tulong talaga for people like you to be sharing your expertise.
Siguro to add lang
Yes.
I'm also changing the concept of coaching. I like what Norman said, no? Asking for help is a sign of humility already.
Yes po.
There are people kasi when leaders talk to them and told them that they will be given a coach, no? Okay. They kind of like, is there something wrong with me? No? Kaya ako may coach.
Yes. Usual po yan.
Usual yun eh. I always tell them, in fact, you should be thankful you are given a coach.
Yes, agree.
First, it meant, they are taking care of you. They are taking care of your welfare. They understand that you're good and they would like to bring out the best in you. So that's why I'm telling them, I'm telling my coachee, you have to be thankful you have a coach. Una-una, feeling C-suite ka, di ba? Because C-suite level lang binibigyan ng coach. So therefore, you need to feel good about it. But you also need to take note that you really have to work hard or you really have to take it by heart. Okay, so that you would be able to get the full benefits of coaching. Yan. Sasagutin ko na rin yung kay Norman. What is a great coach? So a great coach is not a subject matter expert. Sometimes our subject matter expertise limit us to be a good coach or a great coach. No, okay, a great coach is, as I mentioned to you, there are two skills necessary: the ability to ask the right questions that can help you determine the best option to take, and the ability to listen and to probe so that you can bring out the best in your coaching. But of course, I also would like to add one thing that I always note of when I do coach: the objectivity. Okay, we should listen to understand, no? We should not be judging our coaching. Okay, because di ba, minsan kasi yung mga biases natin because of our beliefs, because of our position in a particular incident, a particular topic, no, can hinder you when you ask questions. So which is why it would be good if the coach during the coaching conversation, no, eliminates muna yung kanyang lahat ng subject matter expertise para free-flowing lang yung mga questions niya kay coaching, no? So, I think for me, those are the things that can help you when you do coach. It's also important, no, that when you do coach, your full attention is with your coaching. Kaya I always tell client, I cannot do back-to-back coaching.
Yes. You need to process it somehow, Yes. All
so you
right.
need to clear here, Have you had coaching you considered as a failure? If yes, why did it fail? Yes, meron, no? I cannot say na lahat ng kinoach ko naging successful. So nagkaroon ako ng failure for a while, no? So we did the coaching. It went very well, no? So the coachee was able to accelerate learning. And so we've decided na maybe good to part ways na because the coachee is able to accomplish the task already by herself, no? But when I disengaged, no, after a month, it went back. The coaching to the normal routine, no? So I was called upon again. So we did coaching engagement again, but this time around, ang ginawa namin is yung pagbitaw, no, pag-disengage is slowly.
Yes.
Okay, para hindi rin mabigla si coachee. So, syempre, iba-iba yan. Iba-iba yung coachee. So, kaya, part na rin of the assessment I'm doing now is how soon the disengagement can be, no, na para hindi rin affected yung success, no, ni coachee.
Yes.
Grabe, dami na natutunan. Parang overload
actually,
na.
Gusto ko yung sinabi niya, our biases can hinder you from listening. So, gusto ko yun. Gagamitin ko yun. Yan. Thank you, Coach
Yeah.
Vivian. And I'm pretty sure ito pa lang, patikim pa lang ito, pero
Yes.
ang dami nang natutunan. Grabe. So, your session will be something that we will be looking forward to and
Yes
hopefully
po.
lapit na ha. Dalian na natin kasi na-excite na ako.
I
Yes,
think
of course,
August
of course.
ata sabi ni Malvin. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, at least first week ng August. So we'll just set it up and it will be a weeknight. So we'll be excited kasi we need to promote this also to invite more people to join this upcoming strength-based coaching by Miss Vivian Cruz. Yan. Yan.
Yes.
Brought to you by PACT. Ang ating
Yes.
session. Yeah. So as much as
Yes.
we want to know you more, pa, Miss Vivian, we want to spend time with you. Of course, we have a time limit for this episode. And again, we are grateful for you giving us your time and your precious moment and sharing us your knowledge about strength-based coaching. And soon we will have our session and you will have your time in order to discuss everything about it. All right. So thank you so much, Miss Vivian. Yan. So Miss
Thank
Meline.
you. Thank you, Coach Vivian, for accepting our invitation. Hopefully, hindi ka magsasawa. Balikan mo kami para marami ka pang ma-share sa amin. And we'll look forward to that session nga that we will be opening up not only to PAC members but also for our the public no na interested talagang matuto. And again,
Yes.
to mention to you, hindi kailangan na HR practitioner ka.
Yes, of
Anybody
course.
who's been dealing with people ay welcome na welcome po dito. At yan po talaga sa PAC, no? Lalo na yung mga aspiring coaches, trainers, and speakers dyan, take this opportunity to learn. And you may want to explore also because our membership is an ongoing thing, no? So just feel free to check out our site for more details how to become a member. Ayan po, nasa harapan nyo na rin po ang ating butihing presidente, di ba? Makikita nyo po na sa kanya pa lang, at saka si Coach Vivian, talagang marami na tayo makukuha sa PAC. Yan, so don't miss this chance. Only in PAC ang merong ganitong event. So Coach Vivian, again, thank you very much for joining us. And Coach Malvin, thank you for joining me. Medyo may, may dinaramdam or merong pinagdaanan ang ating Coach Winnie. Masyado yatang napasarap ang kanyang therapy.
And before anything else, before we forget though, so let us promote our upcoming virtual summit. The title is Authentic Impact, the Best Practices of Speaking and Consulting and Training. So this will be on July 30. That's Saturday, 2 p.m. If you would like to know more about it, please go to www.pactorg.ph/impact. Yan. So as you can see in our screen, so we have 3 credible speakers, namely PJ Lanot of Pino Group of Companies, Jenny Magalong of Vertical Parallel, and Mr. Josh Ramos of Menra International. So we will learn about how they do their jobs well in their speaking and engaging with clients as well as consulting and training. So marami tayong matututunan. So 1,000 pesos lang para sa ating public if you're not a member of PAC, but if you're a member of PAC, only 500 pesos. And not just that, there's more. If you will avail our membership promo of 2,500 only for the rest of the year, libre na po kayo sa brown bag session. At the same time, all the privileges of being a PAC member for just 2,500. And most of all, automatic, meron na kayong slot sa Authentic Impact. So, di ba, sobrang sulit na yan. And, di ba, so, pwede nyo pang ma-meet ng personal si Miss Vivian Cruz because being part of PAC, di ba, expose you to every one of us who are serving PAC for its advocacy. So, remember, again, July 30, Authentic Impact. So, just go to our website, pac.org.ph, or visit our Facebook page. All right, so that's it for our promotion.
Na po. And on behalf of the Communications and Publications Committee of PAC, headed by Kuya Jet Ramos, thank you for watching our show. Join us again next time. bali next week, no? For another PAC member here at Up Close and Personal. So this is Coach Melin.
And I'm Malvin Dinlasan.
Wishing you a very good evening, everyone. Thanks,
Good
Coach.
evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.